Hello everyone, and thank you for attending our Lunch and Learn webinar titled Are You Happy with Your Current E-Commerce Strategy? My name's Daryl McAllister and I'll be your host today. We're joined on this webinar today by Todd Peasley from Web Ninja, an Australian business that specialises in building e-commerce solutions in the B2B space. Todd will start by talking about the importance of adopting e-commerce in order to remain competitive, along with a brief profile on Web Ninja. And then he'll demonstrate how easy it is to successfully implement and run a full-service e-commerce solution when it's integrated with your accounting software. Following the demo, Todd will talk about customer service and also online security, which I know from your feedback is something that both you and your customers are concerned about. And then Todd has 3 customer success stories to share. We'll finish our webinar today with any questions from the audience. So let's get going. Todd, over to you.
Thanks, Daryl. Hi everyone, thanks for coming along today. As Daryl mentioned, my name's Todd from Web Ninja, and I'm here to have a chat to you today about e-commerce systems and what it means for your business. Particularly how we can help you integrate your systems to your accounting package to make your life a little bit easier. So what is e-commerce all about? If you're not currently on the e-commerce bandwagon, e-commerce is really an online store shop facility designed for businesses that deal with other businesses that sell any sort of product and want to expand their product reach as far as who can access the product information and who can purchase that. So typically there's 3 types of three types of web classifications as far as a modern day business and where they're up to from a web presence point of view. The first one being a content site. So a business might have an online content site as far as what their website looks like, information about them, what they do, contact us and about us. No sort of online product presentation or store presentation, really just a landing page for the business to show them whoever's accessing that a little bit of information. Most of the time easily found with Google and the other search engines. A catalog site is probably one step up from that, meaning businesses that have an online web presence but also have the product presence as well. So these are businesses that normally show product information on their website, allow customers to navigate through products, do product research, and find information on particular products and services they provide. No ability to purchase that product or go through and place an order for that product, really just a catalogue site for viewing. The next one is a full-blown e-commerce site, meaning the other 2 classifications, but with the ability to actually purchase that product online, so customers can go through, research products and then decide they want to actually purchase a product, click a buy it now button, fill in their details, enter a credit card number, calculate shipping, etc. So in our research, it's typically the 3 classifications a business will fall into from a web presence point of view, from a very simple content-only site all the way up to an expert which already has an online store. So where we come into it is we actually provide the integration facilities to be able to actually enable you to sell online, but not only that, but have that connected to your accounting system. So some key characteristics to moving online would be to get your products online if you don't already have it, allows you to expand your reach to other markets in Australia and potentially internationally, making your products available 24/7, meaning your web store doesn't close. You can take orders whenever you want and whenever the customers want at their convenience. So for a wholesale business-to-business style website, for most of the businesses listening in today, that would more apply to them where you're selling to an account customer that can log in after hours and place orders online and have that information flow back through to your accounting system. And another key characteristic is being online effectively allows you to stay competitive and ahead of your competitors. We've been seeing a common trend with websites and selling online in the last 10 years from when we sort of started out to in the early days. Companies really were questioning whether they needed to be online or not. It wasn't really a big priority for people. There was only a handful of people moving online and selling products online, whereas these days, 5 years on and in the present day, people are starting to expect an online presence and needing to be online, and your competitors will be online, so it's only expected that you are. And if your customer goes to visit your website, you don't have one, then it's going to look bad and they might move on to the next person. It's a bit about Web Ninja. We're a full-service web design and development agency, meaning we build sites, we design sites, we host the website, we provide you support and the infrastructure around the website. We've been around for over 9 years now. We've got over 500 active customers and 20 full-time staff over Sydney, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore and Malaysia. We really specialise in the integration side of e-commerce to your accounting system, meaning we've really built our e-commerce platform to sit on top of your accounting package and really leverage off the data that you've already got in there to make sure that we've got those efficiencies. We support up to 20 applications, and a couple of them on the screen that you can see there are probably the main ones that we specialise in. So what's the integration all about? We effectively, the key component of the integration is that everything's managed in your accounting system. You spend most of the time every day in your accounting system, so it only makes sense to actually use your accounting system to manage your website. If you want to add a new product, you put it into your accounting system and it'll update onto your website. If you need to change a price or some detail on your product, update it in your accounting system and it'll update it on the website. You can also turn products off from actually showing on the website through your accounting system. The other key component is the efficiencies you're going to get out of having integration, and what I mean by that is not having to maintain 2 lots of product data, stock availability, not having to manually key in orders from your customers that are using the site. So the more customers you get to use the site, the more efficiencies you're going to get, the more hours per week you're going to save in data entry. Also data entry errors that could result in mistakes. The onus is on the customer to get it right. So we're going to run through a demonstration of how it all works, and I can show you some of our standard web store elements as well as how the integration works from an accounting system point of view. So I've picked Jiwa as the one today because there's quite a few customers listening in today that are actually using Jiwa, but rest assured that the same principles that I'm showing you here apply to all the other accounting systems that we do integrate with. So what you're seeing now is a standard template web store that we offer as an option to customers that either want to move on to a new website design or don't have a current web store that they want to implement something quickly and easily. We put your logo, we put your colours, we put your imagery and your content on the site. Alternatively, I'm going to show you a bit later on the custom design option. So if you've got something a little bit more specific that you want your website to look like, we can also build a custom design option as well. So just to go through some of the key elements here, customers can log on using the account login area at the top from a wholesale customer point of view. You can also access all your product information from the left-hand side here. So all the information you see here, all the product categories actually coming up from Jiwa, and if I drill down on one of these product categories, I can view all the products that are actually in that product category in Jiwa. So you can see it brings up the image, the description, the price, etc. If I drill down on one of the products, for instance the ABC laptop, I can see some more information such as a description, a code, a price. I might have some additional information in here such as an extended description and also specifications. All of that information can be sourced from Jiwa and updated on the website. What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to change some elements of this product. So if you take note of the description and the price, if I go into Jiwa and make a change to that product, so I'm just going to open up the inventory and I'm going to find that product. So you can see here that the product that I've selected has all the same characteristics as the one on the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to update the product description to ABC Laptop Computer Web Demo. While I'm on this page, I can just take you through all the other fields that we can potentially use on the web store. So we've got your part number, description and details. All that information can be displayed on the website. We've also got things like weight, cubic measurements, etc. All these categories and classifications down the bottom we can actually use on the website to either show or use as a filter or a search on the product. So in this example, I'm actually going to go and just change the price as well as the description to $2,999 and save that. So now normally what would happen is our Web Ninja software will be looking for any changes made to the product, which will be sitting quietly in the background monitoring those changes. When a change is made, effectively what will happen is our software will go and do an import and update that website for you. I'm going to push through a manual synchronization for now just to demonstrate that process, but rest assured that this actually will be an automated, unattended process, so you don't actually have to configure any of this yourself or push any of this yourself through. So let that finish. And while that's going on, it's also looking for any new customer orders that have been placed on the website, and if there's any new orders that have been found, it will automatically import those into Jira as well. So you can see there that it's instantly changed the description of the product to ABC laptop web demo, and the price has changed to $2,999. So that's just to show you how easy it is to actually update products and manage stock availability and things like that on the site. As I said, we can enforce stock availability, so if something goes out of stock in your accounting system, we can actually make it unavailable on your website as well without you having to physically manage all of that manually. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to log into the website as for instance, as a wholesale customer, and I'm going to go through and actually place an order for an item. So what I'll do is I'll just go and add this product to my shopping cart, and you can see here that it's gone into my shopping cart where I've got two items at the moment. I've got a cable worth $140 and a laptop worth $2,999. So what I'll do now is I'll actually take you through the checkout process just to explain how that works. So if anyone's bought anything online before, you're probably familiar with buying something online and going through a checkout process of delivery and payment and everything like that. It's very similar for the e-commerce integrated stores that we're doing today. We're confirming the customer shipping address, and again, this stuff can come straight out of your accounting system. So we can bring up a default shipping address. We can give them shipping options. So most people want to be able to charge some customers some sort of shipping for freight. A lot of people might want to just include that in the price of the product or calculate shipping when they actually receive the order and then invoice it at a later stage. Our shipping matrix is quite comprehensive in the sense that we can actually set up rates by postcodes, by different weight thresholds, by different order values, different cubic volume measurements, whatever it might be. We can also actually integrate to something like Australia Post to query real freight rates from Australia Post and bring those back for the customer. So what I'll do in this case, I'll just select the pickup option with $0. Checkout step 2 would be the billing process, so we're confirming the customer's billing address. At this stage, we're actually giving the customer some options around payment. So whether you're a wholesale customer and you're dealing with account customers with trading terms, you might want to just give them an option to charge to account using a purchase order number. You might have wholesale customers that are COD or maybe bad payers that you actually want to force them to pay by credit card. So using a secure payment gateway, which I'll cover shortly, we can actually allow credit card payments through the site, PayPal payments for people that are either bad payers, COD customers, or even if you guys want to actually split spend into the end user retail market and allow people to purchase off your website at a retail price, then we can use credit card facilities to do that. So in this instance, I'm just going to go through and just use a charge to account and put a purchase order number in. The last stage of the checkout is just confirming all these details I've selected around shipping, what I've ordered, how I'm paying, etc. So once I've confirmed my order, the customer will get an email confirming what they've purchased. You'll also get an email confirming the items that the customer's purchased and that there's a new order waiting. And then within seconds, that order will be sitting within your accounting system ready to actually pick, pack and process. So I'm just going to manually synchronize this, but the idea is that that will actually happen all behind the scenes. You don't have to trigger anything for this to happen. So what the idea would be is that if you've got at the moment customers that place orders and have to place them by a certain time, they can then do these orders after hours. So effectively, you can come in on a Monday morning and have 10 sales orders sitting in Jira ready to, or your accounting system ready to pick and pack and process, with physically no one actually having to type any information in. So really taking out some man hours in manually processing this information. So I'm just going to jump into GWIN now and have a look at that order. So if I go to my sales order entry, You can see that there's an order in here now for a customer called Todd Peasley. So I've actually got a customer account linked to my login to the website. I've got one cable and one ABC laptop at the prices specified. So you can see that all that information flows in, whether it's one line, whether it's a 1,000-line order, all that information is going to flow through automatically for you. So that's a little bit of a demonstration on how the actual integration works. Now I might get Daryl to flip me back onto the presentation, and we'll just go through the rest of the points.
Should be there in a moment.
No worries. All right, so we're basically just to summarise some of the key features of what we've talked about, whether you're a wholesale whether you're a wholesale business that sells to account customers, or whether you're selling to end users direct. You might be a wholesale customer that wants to dip your toe in the water and try out the retail market. This is a really good way to sort of offer that as an option to be able to get online and sell those products and expand your reach. Some of the key features we've talked about, predominantly secure customer login. Everyone has their own secure login to the site. We can read up custom-specific pricing from your accounting system. So if you've got customers that are on particular price scales or price levels, or they might be customer-specific discounts specific to an individual, we can automatically read that information up to the web store, meaning that when the customer logs in, they see their pricing, their products, their price lists. Takes out some admin of having to deal with phone calls for those sort of inquiries. Stock availability is a big one. Customers can see whether something's in stock or out of stock based on your stock availability in your accounting system, and that can dynamically update. Purchases based on previous sales. This is quite a nice feature to allow customers to see what they've purchased in the past, and that doesn't even have to be web orders. It can be any sort of order that's taken through your accounting system to be able to repeat orders quite easily. We've got a nice little sales rep function as well available on the web stores that sales reps can log in, see their customers they can order on behalf of, and then actually go and place orders on behalf of those and have that information flow back to your accounting system. Credit limit enforcement is really a nice way to sort of say if someone's on stock credit or over their credit limit, we want to actually either stop them from buying on the site. So it's an option some people like to put on the website to force them to pick up the phone call or pay via credit card if they're being naughty. Cover the freight calculations and payment options, but as I sort of mentioned, we have a whole host of different options depending on your needs around that.
Just before we go on, sorry, Todd. Sorry, Todd, if I can just say, we normally encourage people to type in questions, and normally by this time there's a few questions that have come through, but maybe it's the standard of your presentation, Todd, but no one's been listening so intently. But I'm just letting you all know, just as we go through these final few minutes and slides, if you want to start putting any questions into that questions box, feel free, and we can start to sort of get things organised and go through those in a timely fashion in the end. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, Todd. Back to you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Do you want me to click?
That's all right, Daryl.
You want me to click on that website?
I hope it's my presentation skills and not that everyone's falling asleep. Yeah, look, if it's okay with you, mate, I might get you to just make me presenter again. And
yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Because I've already got them preloaded.
Okay.
So let me just show my screen. All right, so this is just to give everyone a bit of an example of what some of our success stories and custom stores we've built for people over the time, over the last few years around doing all this sort of stuff. So just picked a few examples here to show you. The first one being Bridgechapel Cricket Centre. These guys are based in Sydney but have stores all around Australia. They've come to us and said, hey, can you build us an online store? We're going to give you the design. We want you to build it to our specifications. So we said, that's fine, we'll quote you for all that and build the site to your specifications. Some of the key features with these guys is they sell to members and clubs around Australia, so cricket clubs can log into the website, they can see their specific prices that they pay for bats or cricket gear and things like that. It's really an information style website that people can go on, do research on their products, you know, lots of content, lots of imagery and things like that. Another key feature is that these guys have multiple attributes to their products, so they can click on these drop-down lists to see different sizes and color options. So all of this would equate to an individual product code for each of these combinations of their accounting system, but we're just grouping them on the website to allow them to actually display quite nicely. Some other key features of these guys is they've got stock availability for all their 10 stores around Australia. We're actually bringing this straight out of their accounting system, so customers can instantly see if something is in stock in Hobart or something's in stock in North Sydney based on their stock availability in their accounting system. Some nice YouTube and online video integration with all of our websites you can do yourself. You can embed videos onto your site, instruction videos, how-to videos, product feature videos, anything like that. Customers can actually play them from your website without actually having to go into a different website altogether. Nice feature here around top suggested products. So this is really around, okay, how do we upsell our products to customers? We want to be able to say, okay, when you look at this product, we want to suggest you look at these products as well. Again, you can control all of this information by giving the customers the products that they'll actually see when they actually purchase this product, or it might be products that other people have purchased at the time of purchasing the same product. Some nice sort of stats about this site. This guy went live about 12 months ago, and in the last 12 months he actually had a 40% increase in sales revenue through his entire company, just purely because of the website. So introducing this e-commerce site's completely been a game changer for his business, and he couldn't be more rapt about it. Another example is a nice wholesale example of a food service company that we deal with up in Brisbane. These guys service all the schools around Australia, restaurants, chefs, etc., delis, and it's a wholesale-only site, meaning if I go and have a look at a product and view the product lists here, the first thing you'll notice is that the product presentation itself, actually let me go to a better example, the product presentation itself is very different. It's in a list line by line format with just your product code descriptions and a nice little image you can pop up here if you want to click on. Purely aimed at wholesale style businesses that want to be able to take orders really quickly and easily. You can't see pricing unless you're an actual customer, so you need to log in to see pricing. So what I'll do is I'll quickly log into the site as a customer and have a look at my products again. So you can see now that my price appears, and I've actually got the ability to purchase that product and add it to cart. So you can probably picture when customers are actually using the web store that they can actually go through and really easily place orders just by running down these lists, putting the quantities that they want, find out whether something's in stock or out of stock, add to cart, and literally within seconds you've got an order form set up that you can then import back into your accounting system with very, very little fuss. Some of the other key features for these guys is the ability to view their account balances, invoices and statements online. So we're actually leveraging straight out of the accounting system data to bring back the customer's balances. What do they owe us? What are my statement bands? I can actually then go and have a look at outstanding invoices or previous invoices, see if they're outstanding or not, drill down on those invoices and even print them out. So there's quite a lot of functionality you've got available to be able to give customers to view account invoice information, balances, stop those phone calls requesting invoices, just send them to the website, go onto your portal and download your information and your outstanding invoices from there. Because we're actually reading all of that data up, we're also able to bring up some sales history information. So what we've done with these guys is we've given them a nice little list of products they've ordered in the last 90 days, and this is purely off their sales information in their accounting system. So what I mean by that is this isn't based off products they've ordered just online. This is based off products they've ordered over the phone, via email, via fax, that have physically been typed into your accounting system. We're actually able to leverage off all that information and allow customers the ability to see that information online. What that means is if you went live with a new integrated web store, the day you've gone live, you've instantly got information there that customers can access and repeat orders for. So really handy for people that are replacing orders for the same sort of product. Nice little upsell, because as they're going down, they can see products that they've ordered that they didn't necessarily think they needed this time, but I might grab some garlic because I think I might be a little bit low. So it's got a nice little upsell as well. Just to power on, I've got one more to show you guys. this is again a wholesale example of a site that's had a whole bunch of sales reps going out to 900 stores around Australia. They sell bike and skate helmets and gear like that. They had an Excel spreadsheet they'd get all their customers to fill out with a nice grid. They basically said to us, can you put that online and say, instead of us having to go and send that Excel spreadsheet out, get them to send it back and type all that information in, we've replicated that Excel spreadsheet online to allow customers to purchase in multiple colours and sizes really easily. They can hover their mouse over the little camera icon if they want to see the colour and the image of the product. But the idea is that what used to take these guys hours and hours and hours to process now effectively means that customers can go and enter their orders in, have that add to cart, and all of those line items come into the system individually as an order. So, as I said, really getting a lot of efficiencies out of it. Told you that was my last one, but really wanted to show you a really nice custom design site that we've done called Spence & Leiter Furniture Store in Sydney, Surrey Hills. They really wanted a lot of emphasis on their product presentation and the style of the website. So what we did with these guys is they gave us a custom design. They said, hey, can you build this custom design to our specifications? What's quite unique about them is product presentation and how their products are displayed and quite sophisticated look and feel. So this is just to give you a bit of an example of some of the scale we've got from a design point of view as well. They're the examples I wanted to show you guys as far as what we've done and some of our success stories. I might get Daryl just to flick it back and we can finish off the presentation. So just to finish up, guys, if you want to get in touch with me, there are my details. Daryl will follow you up with all my details as well via email. If you do want to get in touch, if you've got any questions, I'm based in Sydney, so I'm happy to pop out and see each and every one of you if you like, if you want to catch up over a coffee and have a chat in person and go through some of your requirements. Some of the key things that you guys sort of mentioned in the pre-lead up to all this is around security. So I didn't actually make a slide about it, but I just wanted to sort of cover the security side of it a little bit. All customer info that I've shown you is protected by a secure login portal, so everyone needs a secure login to actually access the site. All of our site data and everything's hosted on secure servers in Sydney and all covered by the latest security technology, i.e. 128-bit encryption, a lot of data redundancy measures and frequent backups of your data. We encompass all the SSL security, so as a checkout point of view, everything is covered from a secure point of view from a website, so when you're actually going through the process of payment, all of that information is all secured. We've also got security in the sense of our payment gateways that we integrate to. So won't get into a lot of detail now, but we actually integrate with all the major payment gateways in Australia to allow credit card transactions to happen securely online. If anyone's got any other sort of questions you want covered, just let me know. I'm going to hang around on this session for a little while after this. If anyone wants to stick around and yell out or write a little question on the window on your right-hand side, I'm more than happy to field your call. Otherwise, happy to catch up with everyone afterwards.
That was great. Thanks, Todd. We're just a little bit over the half hour, and I really like on these lunch and learns to be respectful of everyone's time. So feel free at this point if you want to leave us to get on with your day to do so. I thank you for your presence and coming along. There are there's at least one question here that I can see. So Todd, I'll keep going. It's a question from the audience. The benefits of a dedicated store over eBay, and can the two be integrated? So that sounds like a bit of a curly one for you.
No, that's actually a really good question. We deal with a lot of companies that do both, one or both. A lot of people only have eBay stores and don't have a web presence. I'd probably say the benefits of having a dedicated online store is really from a search engine point of view, so being able to optimize and provide people a way to actually do more research on your products. If you've got a dedicated store, you can put information about the business, and having a web presence and a dedicated website in the store really adds credibility around that. We can tie in eBay functionality with that. So we've got quite a lot of customers that have an online store, but they also have an eBay store. So what we can do there is we can actually plug them in together. So if you sell something from eBay, we can actually automatically bring that back down through the store and into your accounting system as a sale rather than you actually having to manually update that. What we can also do is we can update eBay listings straight from your web store. So if you want to go and add a new listing to eBay, you can actually log into the back end of your web store and create that listing from there, leveraging all of the product information, stock availability, delivery details, etc. So it is actually a really good question, and we do a lot around the eBay integration stuff. So whoever did ask that, I'm happy to touch base and give you a little bit more info on that.
Look, there's no other questions here at this point, but I notice everyone's still staying on the call. I've got something that ProTech website that you had. I think the point that I think I got from that was that actually a capability not just for the client to quickly enter in, but it was actually more a portal that you were providing there for the sales reps for the actual business to do that. Is that, have I got that right?
It's exactly right. So it's actually designed for both customers and the sales rep. So these guys probably have about 30% of their orders are coming from reps. The rest 70% are actually coming directly from the customers. So the reps actually went out with this website on their iPads or their laptops, logged into the website as the sales rep, and went through and placed the orders with the customer together. The more times they did that, the customers saw how easy it was to actually do themselves. So we actually then basically let the customer log in themselves to place those orders. So we find that to get customers to use the site and be independent, which everyone really wants, because then you can save a lot of that overhead in having to go and visit them every time you want to get an order, is if they've got an easy way to place an order online and it's quite intuitive to do it, and it's going to save them time, then they're more inclined to do it. That doesn't go for everyone, because there are a lot of customers that still want that face-to-face interaction and sales reps interaction from an account management point of view, which is perfectly fine. The point of that ProTech site was there's a bit of a mix of both reps and end user customers actually using that site to order, but it can be applied to both.
Okay. Oh, I was just going to say there's no more, but how easy can these features be integrated into an existing website?
That's a perfect question, Daryl. We get that a lot. A lot of people we speak to already have a website. They've either got a website that they've spent a bit of time and money on that they're happy with, and they want an online store component, or they might have a website that already has an online store. So there are some options around how we can look at integrating that. If you don't have an online store on your existing website, we can effectively build a store into your site to make it look and feel exactly like your site. So we do that a lot with customers where they've got a nice looking site and we're just actually providing the online store component of that. So when a customer goes to click on the Shop Now button, everything looks and feels like they're on the same site, except we're actually providing the e-commerce facility and the integration to their accounting system. Alternatively, they might already have an online store. Depending on what platform it's on, we can provide integration to an existing store. A lot of the time, however, stores are on an independent platform, such as a web developer that's built something from scratch for them. In that case, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to do an integration to that. So we'd typically, if they're happy with the site, move everything over and copy the design and just build it on our infrastructure to allow that integration. So from a customer's point of view, they won't see any difference. We're just providing that we're going to host it. We're going to provide all the integration tools to your accounting system. So it's a little bit of an open-ended question depending on the scenario, but I'd be more than happy to chat to anyone that's got any specific questions. At the end of the day, it's always good if you have got a bit of an older store or site to use as an opportunity to do a bit of a revamp, and we can definitely help out with that as well.
Great. Once again, Todd, that was fantastic. There's no more questions here, so and my phone's ringing. Thanks again for your attendance today, everyone, and I trust you felt that it was a valuable use of your time. Our details are up there, and of course Todd's were up there previously, but certainly if you didn't get Todd's details down, come to any of us here and we can pass them on to to you. Thanks again for attending. Feel free to exit the webinar now. You'll note as you do go out that you'll be asked to complete a short generic survey, and I'd certainly appreciate you taking the time just to give us some feedback on this webinar. This is the 4th one we've done, and on some different subjects, and it's something that we want to continue to do at least once a month. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.